Guys, this video is going to be unscripted. These are my thoughts. No bullshit. No thinking. Just raw emotion of what the fuck I've witnessed last night. And yeah, I guess you could say I had a chance to process it. It has been a while since Capcom dropped all of this on us, a few hours, so it's the next day. But my opinions haven't changed at all at what I witnessed, alright? So Street Fighter 5. Woo-wee! Oh man, should I even start with that? Or should I start with this? Fortnite. I think. Alright, let's start with Fortnite, because Street Fighter 5 is a bit deeper. Let's start with Fortnite. So Fortnite has added both Ryu and Chun-Li to their ranks of soulless characters that only wear the skins of the characters that they're supposed to be representing, I guess you can say. This isn't Ryu and this isn't Chun-Li, alright? I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like them. When I saw the Rick trailer from Rick and Morty for the game, it felt like Rick. But this shit just felt like an imitation of me. And now we have more. Cammy and Guile. Now, one thing people might notice is Cammy's tights. They're, well, not even that. It's the fact that she's even wearing tights in the first place. As you know, her outfit is a bit revealing. So having her wear tights with the camouflage isn't something new. I'm not sure if it happened before, but I am sure it's been in the mind of people who was thinking about a possible censorship for the game or whatever. You know what I mean? They didn't put Mai from KOF in Smash for a reason, because of how revealing her outfit is. Pyra, however the fuck you say her name from Xenoblade, her outfit has been censored. It has been censored for Smash. And I'm alright with this. It's a kids game, ready for everyone. They don't need to see fucking butt cheeks jumping around and shit in a fucking kids game. No, I don't think anyone needs that, to be honest. So this is fine. Alright? I'm fine with this. I'm actually okay with this for once. One time I'm not angry about something being censored. I'm fine with this. Her face, it doesn't look like Cammy. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like Cammy. I don't like her face. It doesn't look like Cammy. You can't tell me this is Cammy. There is a screenshot I found where it does sort of look like Cammy, just a little bit more, but not by a lot. You know what I mean? But Cammy, I think the censorship is pretty clever, nicely done. But her face, it just doesn't look like Cammy at all. Speaking of faces, let's talk about Guile. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? No! Dude, what the fuck is this on his face? Fucking 5 o'clock shadow? Since when did Guile have facial hair? Why does he look so... He doesn't look that tough. It just doesn't feel like Guile to me. Why is his eyes are so small? He looks like a fucking action figure. Is that what they were going for? They just wanted him to look like a lifeless G.I. Joe action figure? This shit is ugly. Fortnite, stop! Stop! You guys just couldn't make them look like their source material. You guys just had to make them fucking ugly. Was this really needed? Was this... People are talking about Naruto coming to Fortnite. I hope that doesn't happen, because apparently some of the characters that they said that were coming, they didn't even get the rights to them yet. So I'm hoping, and I mean I'm hoping to God that doesn't happen, because if it does, Naruto's not gonna look like he's from Naruto. He's gonna be the ugliest fucking version of himself that you've seen. Well, Actually, I think we've already seen the ugliest version of Naruto on the new Blu-ray for the movie collection. That one was pretty fucking ugly. So let's not forget that. But it's just Fortnite. This is the shit that makes me not want to get the game. Moving on to Street Fighter V. This is Street Fighter V's final DLC pack. The last DLC pack was supposed to be the last one. That's why they added final bosses. Sagat. I mean, I think he was in one before that. But we had Seth. We had Gil. We have Bison and Sagat. All in the same game. You could count Akuma if you want to. You could count Urien if you want to. All of the bosses are in the same game, Street Fighter V. This was supposed to be the final DLC pack. Unfortunately, Street Fighter VI development was unsatisfactory to Capcom, and someone had to go. And they did. Which is why this current season of Street Fighter V feels so different from the other ones. Thought is being put into the characters that are being added, not random bullshit. No more ugly motherfuckers. The music is better. The music is fucking better. Oh god, it's better. We have a character that's we have a guest character practically. Not a third party guest character, but a guest character nonetheless that isn't from Final Fight. Thank you. Because there's always Final Fight, Final Fight, Final Fight, Final Fight, Final Fight. Never rival school until now. So this is a breath of fresh fucking air and the start of a new beginning. Definitely. Now we have a new character. Who did they show off for the final character of Street Fighter V? Luke. 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 Just Luke. Might as well call this motherfucker Luke Masters. I mean, he's wearing... Look, that's Ken's face. That's where it went. That's Ken's face. That's why he's so fucking ugly in this game. He has Ken's face. His shit was stolen. Bro, you can't tell. That's Ken's face. His hair is very, it has a lot of Street Fighter 3 vibes. I'm not gonna lie. It has a lot of Street Fighter 3 vibes to it. It's the way it's stylized. It kind of reminds me of Sean. You know, a little slick. He has a tattoo. They really wanted him, even though Gil was supposed to be the final character, the god of Street Fighter, but, you know, they had to keep making DLC to prolong Street Fighter V's lifespan, to basically stall for Street Fighter 6. I guess they had to make a new final guy, you know what I mean? They had to make a new final guy. Alright, and, they put a fucking 5 on this man's chest. So, you know, just to show you, he's the guy. That's the guy, you know what I mean? At first, Necalli was the guy. I mean, he quite literally has a 5 on his fucking face. So yeah, Necalli was definitely the guy. But, you know, DLC happens and shit like that, and after a while, we needed a new guy. So, I think Necalli marks the beginning of Street Fighter V. You know what I mean? You know, it's a new game. 5, baby. Street Fighter 4 is over. This is Street Fighter V now. Let's put a 5 on this man's face. New character. And Gil was like, all right, let's show that the story is shifting away from Bison by adding the final character, Gil, the god of Street Fighter himself. He's here. We're entering Street Fighter 3 territory. Final Street Fighter 5 character. We added Seth. All the bosses are in the game just to give him more impact with a huge fucking bang. This is it. Street Fighter 6 is coming, and Street Fighter 6 got fucked up. Shit! We need a new guy. Let's add a character that we were going to use on Street Fighter 6. This was a Street Fighter 6 character. We need him now. This guy is going to be the new generation of Street Fighter. He's going to be the pathway because he was supposed to be a part of the new generation, but we're getting him early. because mistakes that were made. But for Street Fighter 6 to start off being a mistake is just, and now we're getting a Street Fighter 6 character early. Nice. At least we know how the characters, at least we know what to expect. Oh god, bro. And don't get me wrong, he has a Street Fighter 3 type of feel to him. I mean, obviously he has Street Fighter 3 Ken's fucking face. There's a Street Fighter 4 Ken. Either way, it's Ken. You can't tell me that it's not Ken. That is Ken's face. But his hair, I kind of like his hair. It gives you that Street Fighter 3 feel, because we had a lot of slick looking characters on Street Fighter 3. Like, you know, Sean had a swaggy haircut. Remy had he had a different kind of swag. I don't know what the fuck you would call that. It wasn't drip. Definitely was not drip. It was something a little darker. But it was there. It matched the time period. It was, you know, 1999, 2000. Goth phase, emo phase, you know how it was back then. Ibuki's long ass fucking hair, still slick as fuck. It still looks slick as fuck. His hair looks slick, sort of like a KOF character a little bit, a little bit of KOF. We already spoke about the Street Fighter 5 tattoo. He's American as fuck. He's speaking Japanese in the trailer, but he's, you know, probably a Japanese trailer. Definitely American. He's literally America. Like, Capcom likes for you to know that their American characters are American as it can get. Except Ken. Ken's alright. I mean, other than his backstory being the best fighter in America, and being blonde with blue eyes like every American Japanese main character is. Look at Guile. This dude literally has 2 American flags on his shoulders. He's a fucking soldier, proud of his country. And now we have this guy. They really want you to know that they're from America. Terry Bogard. It's funny, but I kind of like it though. It's funny, and I hope social justice doesn't fucking ruin it. You're like, what, Capcom? Shut the fuck up. Alright? I like this trend. Anyway, we had to look at his character. Fucking brolic as fuck. But by what he's wearing and how he looks like an MMA fighter, which is something that I actually kind of wanted to see. I've been watching some UFC lately, and I appreciate the art. I appreciate the sport. And I was like, can we get an MMA kind of character on Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter period? Because we don't have an MMA fighter. And he looks the fucking part. He quite literally looks like an MMA character. But when I'm watching him, he doesn't really kick that often. He doesn't kick at all. And what the fuck is this dude Ed? Alright, I'm starting to feel like this is Ed. I'm looking at Ed. Just another young boxer boy. How many fucking boxers do we need, Capcom? Balrog, Dudley, DJ. Come on! Ed. Now this guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, like he quite literally doesn't kick very much. And then I was like, I was expecting some more MMA shit. Like, I was expecting him to mount the opponent and just bash their fucking face in. I didn't really get that. You know that Tekken flavor. You know how it is. Tekken's brutal as fuck. Tekken's more close to being, you know, UFC than Street Fighter. Street Fighter is more like Dragon Ball because they fire blast all the time. But anyway, I was expecting some, you know, some brutal MMA action. Didn't really get that with him. He has this weird projectile that looks like a longer and faster version of DJ's Max Out. And when I saw it, I was not impressed at all. I was like, okay, whatever. But then it's when he started really fucking shooting the shits. I was like, oh shit. A lot of people are comparing this man to both Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Mostly Jake Paul. And I don't think Capcom would do that. They wouldn't do that. I mean, think about it. Yes, Capcom did it in the past. I mean, Balrog is quite literally Mike Tyson. But one, I don't think they would want to do Jake Paul. Because, I don't know, Jake Paul just seems like he's a bag chaser. So, there's a possibility of them being sued. You know what I mean? But I think people are just comparing him because he's like a blonde fighter that's big right now. Alright? They're just comparing him to the like closest person that's like fresh on their minds right now. I don't think he's supposed to be Jake Paul. It's just a coincidence. Calm down. Just like it's a coincidence that he is not Luke from Capcom Fighting Revolution. The banned Capcom game that never came out. That would have been the first. Oh, let me hold my tongue. I was about to say the first 3D Street Fighter game, but Street Fighter EX already beat them to the punch. But the first, you know, I guess I could say Capcom crossover game. That would have been in 3D. And I would have liked that. It got canceled. Ono was a very tricky dude. Very hit and miss with him, you know. His first game, this one got canceled. I don't know if he was responsible for Capcom vs. SNK 1 or 2. I don't think so. I do know he was responsible for Capcom Fighting Revolution. That got canceled. And I really want to play that game. I really want to play that. I just, you know. And then Capcom Fighting Jam. Oh boy. Or depending on where you are, Fighting Revolution. That game was hot fucking garbage. That game was dookie ballsack. That shit was doodoo. I don't know why they released it. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made a game like that. That's the best a fighting game built to bully Street Fighter characters. Because let me tell you the game setup. You got Street Fighter 1 characters, and they can only do Street Fighter 1 shit or Street Fighter 2 shit. Street Fighter 3 characters can parry, and they have 3 supers, while Street Fighter 2 characters only have 1 super. What the fuck type of system is this? Darkstalker characters could do shit from their game that no, like, come on! What the fuck is this? That's like playing Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? And I'm using Goku on fucking Tekken 7, and I could use fucking Sparking. I can heal, I can summon a dragon. Like, what the fuck is that? This is Tekken. Goku has to play like Tekken. I mean, Smash pretty much does that, but I don't really take Smash seriously with the fucking, you know, with the gauges that they've been giving extra characters. Even though that I love Terry for that. And you know what? it's just fun trolling people. But you can't fucking do that. So naturally that game flopped and affected. People say that it killed the fighting game industry. But no, I think it just killed Street Fighter, because KOF was still releasing games, Guilty Gear was still releasing games, Tekken was still releasing games, people were still releasing games. So, I mean, maybe just because the big dog wasn't releasing shit, they saw it as it killing the industry. I don't know, I wasn't really conscious at that time period, so can't really say anything. But this dude's first hit, he fucked it up. He fucked up, you know what I mean? His first shit got canceled. They couldn't even sell it. Second one, fucking flops. Now, Street Fighter 4 was a big success. They did good with that one. But then what did they make afterwards? And I'm not sure if Ono was he responsible for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm going to assume he was. Those games weren't bad. Those games were pretty good. My only complaint for those games were the roster. I think they could have did a way better job with the roster. They didn't go for the popular characters. Marvel did alright. Did Marvel do okay? Yeah, Marvel did alright. But Capcom, they were pretty lackluster. I mean, points for putting Akuma in the game, but you know, the Crimson Viper, really? What about Seth? That would have been way more interesting to see for Street Fighter 4 Rapid. But you know, it was still a good game. Great game. But Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Now, I was a kid when it came out, so I enjoyed the shit out of the game. But for the actual, like, good players, I heard the gem system really fucked the game up. So I guess you can consider that game somewhat of a flop or a failure. Because the moment that the game actually got good, I think everyone had already stopped playing it. So, yeah. So he sort of fucked up Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and then Street Fighter 5, they just rushed released this game. That's a lot of flops. And then the game that didn't even come out, 6, he fucked it up before it even came out. So I guess they had to fire him. So I'm not trying to shit on Ono or anything. I mean, honestly, I would have loved to see what his version of Street Fighter 6 looked like before seeing what Capcom is cooking up. But from the direction of this new DLC pack, I think Capcom is in good hands. Even the music got better in the game. Because I hate the Street Fighter 5 soundtrack. It fucking sucks. It's boring as hell. It's bland. Street Fighter 4, it was alright. It had an alright soundtrack. The Volcanic Rim theme is fucking great. Akuma's song is great. Evil Ryu, Oni. A lot of characters had good songs, but some of the character songs were just meh. Street Fighter 3 had a godlike soundtrack. But you know what I mean? But the soundtrack has been getting better. I heard some of Akira's theme on her gameplay preview, whatever. And I was like, wow, they really went hard. They really went hard. So, this is the last character. His existence, we aren't supposed to see him yet, alright? In an ideal timeline, we wouldn't be seeing this character until Street Fighter 6, I believe. In an ideal timeline. I believe this character is being snatched from the future and given to us now. And Capcom is in pain because of it. I don't know if he had the 5 on his chest in his original design, or if they just added that here because, you know, he's the actual... It fits him. It fits him. But he is the final Street Fighter 5 character. He marks the end of Street Fighter 5 and the beginning of Street Fighter 6 because I believe he is a Street Fighter 6 character. Which is fucking funny. But let me tell you what would have been better for Capcom. Because a lot of people are so disappointed. They feel lackluster. I think they were expecting some sort of deity or demon to be playable. Come in like a devil or something. That would have been... I mean, Kage was a disappointment. Let's be real here. He was a fucking disappointment. Garbage. Pretty much Evil Dan. They should have just made Evil Dan and, you know... They should have just put Evil Dan in the game. And just, you know, keep Kage, you know, exactly the same. Just Evil Dan. Like, you know what I mean? Because that was a disappointment. And Evil Ryu will fold that motherfucker. If they were to meet each other in the street, Evil Ryu will fuck him up, bro. I mean, I know, like... He's what makes Ryu Evil Ryu. But Evil Ryu... Every game he's in is better than everything Kage. I don't get me wrong, his Ashura Senku fucking V-Trigger shit looks cool. How he's doing in the air and shit like that. But what a shitty fucking character he turned out to be. I'm glad I didn't pay any money for that motherfucker. But I do regret grinding because that shit took a long time. And it took a lot of fucking patience. A lot of fucking patience. Had me playing this shit online. And I barely touched this game. When I did play online, I gotta say, I did pretty good. I did pretty fucking good. I didn't get very far, but I was impressed. I couldn't even use Akuma because... I don't even want to talk about that. That's a whole nother can of worms. But... We have this character. A normal man. A man. And, he's an ordinary man. Yeah, he has ki, but he's an ordinary man. He isn't anything special. Nothing supernatural. No crazy psycho power shit. Nothing. Just a man. And everyone, I think that's what's disappointing everyone. Let me tell you what Capcom would have did if they were smart about this, alright? You see where Akira is? She's the second to the last character. How about you don't tell us about Akira's existence? What if we knew about this guy the whole time? And then we found out about Akira yesterday. And then instead of me talking about him, I was talking about Akira instead. That would have been a fucking spectacle. The final character being a character from a forgotten series. Last game came out on a Sega Dreamcast. You can watch my gameplay of that on my Moonkiller channel, by the way. I played both Rival Schools and Project Justice. So yeah, quick plug there. You know what I mean? I had a little gaming channel. Everyone was expecting this to be another Capcom character. Some people were expecting Dimitri from Darkstalkers. I'm not gonna lie, I was sort of expecting Dimitri. Some people were expecting Terry fucking Bogard, which at that point I would have been hyped, but I would not have been surprised because this motherfucker has been showing up everywhere lately. So I mean, if it was Terry, you know, all right, why not? He's always welcome. Terry's always welcome. And some people thought it was Iori, which, honestly, people been asking for Iori to be on Street Fighter V for pretty much its entire lifespan, and it never fucking happened. That's kind of disappointing. Feels like a final character. Oh shit, they're not telling us who it is, so it's gotta be someone big, right? It's gotta be Iori. You know, unfortunately, no. It is not Iori. It is not Dimitri. And it is not Terry Bogard. It is not Oni. It is not Evil Ryu, the real Evil Ryu. It's Luke. Now I want to talk about his story. He says he wants to be like him. Who's him? He wants to be like him. There's only two characters I can think of. Ryu and Alex. Might be Alex. Could be Alex. Might be Alex. I mean, American, you know, Alex is from Metro City. Isn't that like a fictional version of New York? That's pretty much Alex's hometown right there. I think. If I'm not mistaken. That's the stage of Street Fighter V, I think. But, yeah. Alex is a brawler. You know, he was supposed to be the main character of Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 6 is supposed to, chronologically speaking, is going into Street Fighter 3 territory. Alex should rise into prominence lore-wise, or Ryu, you're still gonna have Ryu on the fucking cover, right? Don't get it twisted, alright? This Japanese man is not going anywhere anytime soon. And I'd prefer to keep it that way, to be honest. I like Ryu. Iconic character. Alex, main character, they tried it. I think the only fighting game series that successfully managed to change the main character was Tekken and KOF. They still managed to swap main characters out. Street Fighter tried it and motherfuckers didn't like it. They did not like that at all. Not at all. So, am I excited for this character? No. When I saw his trailer, I did not cheer. I did not shout. When I saw them firing his bullets, those little bullets from his fist, raised the brow. That's all they got from me. Not really hype. I'm glad Street Fighter V's ending. It's time to put this shit into the fucking ground. And let's start new. Let's start fresh. And let's start by changing the way these characters look, alright? You're already going in a good direction with his face, it seems. Alright? I mean, you fucking copy and pasted Ken's face to a motherfucker, and anyone's gonna look fucking like best fucking character. But if this is my personal bias, but I would like for them to go for more of a Arc System Works type direction / Street Fighter Alpha type shit, because I think that sort of represents Street Fighter's golden age, when they did look like animated characters and not animation / real life / claymation hybrids of some sort. Fucking abominations. I don't fucking know. Honestly, it just looks weird to me. But that's my opinion, guys. No script, just talking straight from the dome. You know how it is. Luke. Luke. Luke.